Sorry, I'm a little tardy today. But what's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling out there? Let me publish. I publish this. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? That's published. And there we go. Do that as well. Now we got some shorts out there. Got my stream up. Make sure it look alright. Do all the steps. All the freaking steps. Then we can get started. My picture never upload. It's the same one. YouTube, I tell you. Count your days. Count your freaking days. How y'all feeling today? Vibes good? I don't know about mine. Oh, I'm okay, I suppose. Save. Boom. Now we can get started here. What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, I gotta pull up TikTok, and I should be good to get started. All right, what game am I starting with? Boom, 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 boom. Let's start with something light. Make sure people get in here before I get too crazy. Get a little too crazy. Let's do no, I don't want to do that one first. Let me do we can do The Witcher. I was just playing this last night. Y'all would let me know if the picture was too dark, right? Let me know. Right now I got it locked to a certain exposure because I ain't want it to be that flicker effect that you get when their camera is trying to adjust to the different lighting settings. But at the same time, I don't want it to be too dark that y'all don't even see the detail. So make me aware if you can't see. But we're gonna start with The Witcher if it actually loads, because it should have. Keep it at 70. There you go. What the heck is happening? It launches it and then it just disappears. Maybe I gotta go through Steam. This is what I love. You gotta love these handhelds, man. PC, PC. Are you gonna let me press play? Nah, you probably gonna quit on me again. For sure. I don't know. There's nothing running. I just restarted, I guess. I'll just restart it. That usually fixes it. What? Guess it gives more people more time to get in. They said updates are underway. Like, bro, y'all ain't told me nothing about no updates. I'm surprised this ain't been uploaded yet. Oh, it has. Okay, cool. I had to do a restart. For some reason, The Witcher didn't want to boot. At least it wasn't the. Do yourself a favor. It wasn't the actual what's name's fault. It was more of the the launcher didn't want to continue on. Mm. Oh yeah, I was supposed to delete that. I don't care about OneDrive. I need to do some optimization on that end. I need to take off some of this stuff I don't want. Let's see if it'll work now. Is Witcher legit broken? It was just not, I literally was playing it yesterday. And now I can't even start up the. Is that a thing? God, I really love PC gaming. I swear I do. Witcher 3. Oh shoot, I'm on the wrong PC. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Launcher not working. Or CD Projekt Red launcher. Launcher won't open. There's some stupid process in the background. To fix the red launcher not opening, try running your game launcher as an administrator or delete the web image storage or the entire red launcher folder to force it a reinstall. Solutions include verifying your game files, checking your default browser settings. Oh my god. Manage. Properties? Can I even do that here? This is not. Let's verify the integrity of these files. And then next step would be to delete the web engine storage or the entire red launcher folder. This is so, how do you say it? Dumb? I was just playing it yesterday. Might move on to a different game then. this one wants to be difficult, and I don't like difficult. Uh, 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 uh. We are trying to, if you're just now joining, we're trying to repair the freaking Witcher 3. For some reason, the red launcher has decided to take a crap on me, and it will not allow me to boot up the game. So now I got to figure that out so I can play the game. So yeah, fun times. But I might just switch to a different game. I'm gonna let this run. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna have to fix that later. Not sure why it broke though. So but this is the joys of PC gaming. I also just put out a video on Chronos. No, not Chronos yet. Chronos come out at 5 o'clock. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. That was from yesterday's stream. You can go check that one out as well. Also, subscribe if you into that and want to support the channel and all that other good jazz. Appreciate it. Don't forget to like the stream. I also appreciate that while we wait for these integrity of these files to be verified. Appreciate all that YouTube stuff. Oh, and my TikTok brethren. Thank you. One file and will be reacquired. Okay, I think that might fix it. Is it complete? Okay. Let's see if that fixed it. See, they doing all this extra stuff with The Witcher, and they shouldn't be doing it. That's probably what broke it. All this extra, I don't know. I don't know what that is, but they probably broke it. I think we good now. All right, let's first hop into Witcher, show y'all some settings, go from there. Now, my philosophy again, you can definitely get 100 FPS gameplay with The Witcher, but I'm not going for 100 FPS gameplay. I'm going for better than PS5 quality gameplay. And that's the model. Not a controller don't work. I might have to hard. Oh, there we go.
Hungry, terrified, clutching your babes to your breast. Emperor Emmett.
Come on, you gotta work. I'm trying to reset my controller now. So I don't want to be. Oh, everything is such a challenge with y'all. I gotta turn on my thing as well. Girl. It won't let me do anything, so let me try it again, I guess. If I usually go through the Xbox app, it usually works. This is why I've been using the Xbox app, because of controller configuration issues. Like, what gets priority, what doesn't. It's very annoying. I can't wait for them to fix that, because I feel like I like Steam, but I don't know. Just feels like there's something going on with who controls what at all the time, and it's very annoying. Especially when you try to do these demos. It's not as annoying if you're just playing it like a handheld, but it gets annoying when you're just trying to do regular stuff. And it's like, well, who gets priority? Like, why are y'all fighting over priority? Just do the one I'm inputting controls on. Ain't that simple enough? No? Maybe I'm asking for too much. Alright, anyways, let's go to options. We're taking a look at Witcher 3. I'm actually on the DLC areas actually, so but I want to show y'all what my preset, or at least what my settings are for this. Let's start with display. So we have full screen. We have 1680 by 1050 with the maximum refresh rate at 144, of course. Then we go into, gotta change the camera as well. So the image is barely visible. Actually prefer it here, that's fine. So let's go into our graphics. We have FSR2 on balance, actually. I know. You're already at 16, 1050 and you doing that too? Yeah. SSAO, we got screen space reflections on low. Motion blur is still on. I like it at a little bit. So 5 is my go-to. So we still got bloom, depth of field, all of it, pretty much. Is it vignetti? I mean, I'm not going to be trying to say that word. I know chromatic aberration. And then we definitely have Hairworks on, and it's at 0 or 2 and low. Then we have high, shadow quality, ultra, terrain high, water high, foliage high, grass density, texture quality, detail high. So a lot of high settings with one ultra. So, and then we have the Hairworks on. Now, sometimes I drop it down to 0 in case there's like a problem with the settings, but you can literally go to Steam Deck, the Steam Deck preferences, and then you can, so if you want to go to Steam Deck, you can probably get to 44, or probably very much so 100 FPS with this game. You don't need to do this, but again, the point of my settings is to try to get like a PS5 quality on the go in performance. So I'm only rocking performance. So you usually get around 2 hours and 15 minutes or 2 hours and 30 minutes, depending on the game, to play on the go. So that's what I try to shoot for. And that's what these settings are meant to be. So let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay here and continue.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt.
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, and slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path. The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
I took the chore with this guy. I ended up saving that the lady was cursed or whatever about the spoon lady.
Baron Rossel.
Anybody that actually played The Witcher would know. Well, maybe know what I'm talking about. But I ended up saving her. I want to see where that goes, because I never played the DLC. And now we just taking a tour of the vineyard. So this is the blood and wine one.
Down below,
and my thought process was simple. 40 FPS feels good, but I also wanted to look really good. And I feel like these settings provide you a very high quality experience on the go. You can obviously boost the power to get your FPS higher, but again, that's kind of going into a territory where you want to stay around that 20 watts to get optimal battery. You can also just go to Steam Deck preset and just run it at 100 frames, but again, I think I can show y'all kind of what that looks like as well, just so y'all can see it. I know what my settings are, so just in case y'all want to crank the FPS to the max, this is what you do. You go to Steam Deck, hit apply, go back out.
End his life by jumping into the well.
And now you're at 76.
The well was
not ugly.
When the suicidal guest finally
just ain't what I was at.
Instead of killing himself,
there's no problem with this. Everybody will be happy with this look.
Not at all.
And I think it's going to drop your resolution down to, it may not. No, it doesn't change your resolution. Previously it was sitting at 800p, so it was even higher. But this is definitely still a great looking experience. I wouldn't want to call it ugly. And you can still stick to your 1050 p, and you're still sitting around 76. Earlier I was getting better performance. I'm not sure what the difference is here, but
I agree, yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs.
And then I will go back to what I like. So I don't think you can go wrong with The Witcher. I think they optimized it really well. But to me, my settings is what I liked. I'm surprised they got to stay at FSR balanced on these settings though. Let's do that one. There's an ultra, there's high, and I think that's what we had. Yeah. It's gonna take a second. Let me look at him. He look bald. That's so funny. All right, let's keep it pushing.
Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
I'm actually not 100% sure if the Blood and Wine DLC is like similar performance to the normal game. So that'll be another thing to test, but
one cannot deny it. Certain subtle,
as long as I'm staying around
True, though it could use a bit of
that
subtle paint.
38, 35 to 45-ish range, I'm okay. But some people just don't like that, and I get it. You got VRR for a reason, but if you don't like it, there's always the Steam Deck. You can always give it more power, or you can just lower your settings down to medium if you prefer. To me, I just enjoy a very sharp picture, but also a more, I guess, it has to be more almost console-like experience for most of my games. So that's what I'm optimizing for most of the time.
Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling.
Oh, how much is the renovations?
Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
Almost decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Grounds. Let's do some work on the house.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
5,000. Do I even have 5,000?
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
Dang, I ain't know I had that
I shall
much.
get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest specialists around. Highly skilled at what they do. It shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated, beautified state. Is there anything else you require, sir?
No, I'm
That's all
good.
for now, BB. Thanks.
Alright, let's try to get the... Just wanted to get to the morning. Yeah, y'all take a look at what this look like in the morning.
A Witcher. We could use one around here, full time.
Oh, really? Now again, if you're not comfortable, You're obviously going to get some FPS back, or at least some performance back when you turn off the overlay. But if you're not comfortable with that, you can always go to the Steam Deck preset and be comfortable with. I guess you can use that one. That one's at 70, 100% most of the time, and still looks good, just not as good to me, and I prefer it to look really nice. So again, just to show y'all that difference, you can kind of do one more take on that, and then if you can kind of make a decision on your own. Display still at 1050 though, so it's still gonna be pretty sharp. But if you go to the Steam Deck presets, you're gonna get more performance back, and it still doesn't look terrible. So, and that extra smoothness might be something you gotta have. So, hey, there it is. All right. Not me though. Not me though. I'm okay with where I was at, and I had a pretty good time. Mostly just high SSAO, and that's fine. We had shadow quality at ultra though. I think that was it. Yeah. Oh, turn on that. That hair works. There we go. I would call it like, it's like not that big of a difference, but to me, it takes it from that PS4 to PS5 quality. So I'm gonna keep it. All right, that's about it. Let's move on to the next game. Exit. All right, let's see if the next one go a little smoother. Let's just do Dragon Ball Z. I know that one should work. And this is just I call this an OLED showcase. I just like it. Just like how visually impactful and vibrant it is. See, I gotta see the exposures. That's gonna be tough to figure out, this exposure stuff. I don't want it too dark to the point where y'all can't see nothing, but at the same time, it's like overstating colors constantly. You got a problem, Dragon Ball? Oh, okay. This is a very simple one. Everything's maxed. The only other thing you'll want to change, I don't think you can change it here. You have to change it in the in this settings. Most people leave it at this brightness. I don't know why, but I prefer it at 1 or 2. In my screen, it looks better at 1, but it probably looks better for y'all at 2. But yeah, that's another one. You want to just make sure your blacks are actually blacks, and your because it's just like, I think that's the default for most people. They just don't even check that setting. So make sure you go in that setting and also update that, so you can have those inky blacks that you're going to see here. So we're just going to do a quick little match. Who's my favorite? Goku Black. Who else? I like Trunks next, and then my last one gotta be Gohan. That can be a random. This is still probably my favorite Dragon Ball fighter game. Yeah, Goku Black's intro do a really good job of showing off the visual and like the blacks versus the color. I don't keep dropping. I keep dropping the combo. I must have forgot how to play the game. Why do I keep doing that? I don't remember how to play it. Jeez. I'm just trying to do something basic. Easy. Yeah, I have it on like super easy difficulty. Why am I getting cooked? We got 2 left. I got one. All right, Gohan, you got it. Ah, dog. Gohan is mad strong on here. And he just be straight punches. Those fury kicks. Jeez. But again, this was just a screen showcase, really. Set your settings right. There's nothing else to really think about optimizing here. It's just more so when you're actually dealing with an OLED screen. Sometimes you forget that you got to kind of adjust those brightnesses accordingly. So always be checking brightness, check the display settings outside of just graphic settings, so you can kind of make sure that you're actually getting the visuals you're supposed to get when it comes to an OLED, because those blacks like that are supposed to be black and not sub-gray. So always be looking at that stuff, because this is where it was at. And yeah, it looks the same on your screen, probably, but if you have OLED, you'll notice. All right. Let's move on. Mortal Kombat 1 is up next. I'm doing some fighting games today. I didn't even think about it. Let's see if it launches without a problem. Okay. I don't know what was going on. There's those last few. The visual fidelity on here that is insane. But let's look at our settings. Alright. Video and graphics. Got HDR on, of course. Calibrating the display. I'm at 50%. Safe zone scale. That's just the scaling of the safe zones. But 50% for the HDR on mine. We got, I think that's it on this video. We got the graphics for this borderless because there is no full screen, which I really don't like when games don't have full screen modes. But screen resolution is at 1200. Render resolution is at 1129 by 706. Yeah, it's insane. VSync is off. FPS limit is 60. Don't need to go higher than that. Ray tracing is off. Upscaling method is FSR3, and we're sitting at balance. That's why that is determining this render resolution, because you can't change it. Upscaling sharpness is 8 only. I think it defaults to 20 or something like that. Don't do that. And then we obviously got the 60 FPS mode in menus and cutscenes and stuff like that. I benchmark it. They say it's okay, but I think I have to go to advanced settings. I'm trying to make sure I showed y'all everything. Yeah, it's not showing advanced now. Advanced. So you got to click the this button to get to the advanced. I think it's the options. You go high textures, 8x filtering, shadow quality low, bloom is on, motion blur is medium, film grain is on still, ambient occlusion is on, reflections are off, particle density is low. So then let's go ahead and show y'all some gameplay of this. Who should we have join? Kenshi's fine. Let's see. We got. I want Striker. Where's Striker? There we go. We can have Sonya. Let's do medium. I haven't played this game in a minute either. You see how the settings change immediately? Man, this is some high quality production. If it ain't something, at least the production is high. Remember, you got a VRR screen. I was really trying to get somewhere between like console quality, but it falls a little short there. But it still looks really great. But I want to keep it close to 60 as possible. Hey, buddy. I could have sworn I was blocking. I forget blocking, and you gotta actually press a button on here. That boy with that blinky. Say fa 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 fa. Hey, do I know a one combo? No? Yeah, that's how you block, right? Yeah. Down, left, right, B. Oops. You saw nothing, you remember nothing. But the production on this game, man. And for it to be upscaling from 716, it still looks really sharp. So kudos to FSR3 quality. Looks good. Let's play with some different characters this time. Who do we want to play with? I like Sindel. Oh, what's the old girl everybody hated? What was her name? Oh, it was her. Because it was, man, what's her name? What's the old girl name? I don't remember her name no more. She's a actress. He said she couldn't act or something. I was like, y'all doing too much. You see this production? Who cares? Let them have a loss. Take an L somewhere. They can take an L somewhere.
Paternus won't feed on Outworld, Harpy.
Megan Fox. That dang. I was like, dang. Uh-oh. Not 50. You might have to lower something. Is it? 50 is too low. This map must be taxing. I can tell by the shimmer it's taxing. The 50 is crazy. What map is this? Sheesh. What we got? We got mid. Down, left, down, X. Down, left, down, X. I ain't gonna never get one off. That was happening? They easy. Whatever. Let's go to a different map. What map was we just on? I want to make sure. I want to see if it's like the map or if it's actually just the effects of these characters. Oh, I still gotta pick the same characters. Sindel and Tara. Still gotta pick Striker. Medium. Which one was I just on? I don't remember now. I want to go to a different map to see if it's fixed.
Return those whom you've taken. They are Paternus's property.
Yeah, this one's at 54. God dog, girl. Oh my god. Girl.
Round 2. Fight.
More paternity.
Dang. So you fight them too long, they start whooping you, bro. She bet not get no perfect. Alright. Let me lock in. Cause now she whooping me. And now it's like at 58. You think it's like the game loading in shaders? That's what it could be. I think I did download it, DKB. I can play it next. If I downloaded it, I can play it next. I think I did though. I think when you asked me, I had plans to do it and I did it. I never got around to it. So I think I should be able to. I already put a video up for GTA, so you can go check check my account for that. I'm trying to figure out what can I change to get to. I do think that this is shader related and not actually my settings. Like the game has to load in shaders as well, and I think it was compiling shaders at some right there, because I don't know, over the time of me fighting it began to run better. So let's benchmark this real quick to make sure, and I'm just going about my day because I think it's sitting at 51. What should I change? $52, that's crazy. And they saying that's optimal for gameplay online. I'm like, how? It ain't 60. That don't make sense. Shadow quality is already at low. I'm not going lower than upscaling at balanced. Turn ambient occlusion is. Let's turn film grain off. Let's turn motion blur and film grain and bloom off. Let's see what that does. But then it's not gonna look like, yeah. It really isn't giving us that much FPS back. So, ideal settings would be to crank this. I would keep my settings and honestly take less time. Like, so I would actually go to performance, or put it up to 25 FPS. I mean 25 TDP, because it just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't look. high quality if you turn those things off. I mean, it's not supposed, and it's not even giving you any performance back for real. So ambient occlusion would probably be the one that you have to turn off, and that would just ruin the image. So no, I'm not gonna do that. What I'll end up doing is probably just shooting more power to it. Let's see if that'll work. Let's go to custom just to get us to that mark. Not 35, that's too crazy. It'll be at 25, 26. Let's see what that benchmark says now. So yeah, I would keep my settings and just turn up the power. I think that I think it'll be a 59 most times. So that's what I would do. That's what I would consider optimized for myself. And I think that would be ideal for most people, especially if you're trying to keep like a almost PlayStation visuals. I would do that versus going down on the resolution. You can do that, but again, this is more of like a game I would play with friends. I'm not playing this competitively. If I was playing competitively, then absolutely I'd turn that stuff down just to kind of make sure I stay at a lock 60. But if you're trying to practice on the go as well, maybe that is, ideal for you. You can do that. But this is more of like trying to keep that balance between visuals and performance. So I think with the shaders compiling, you'll probably be sitting at that 60. Turn off the overlay, that gives you more performance back as well. That'll be fine. You might have a little less time, but you would definitely still be able to get that visual quality plus the actual performance. So, all right, let's move on to our next game. But I think I got Warzone. Library. Haunting. I think I installed add-ons. I have it. No, it says suggested. Oh no, I got it. It's checked. I think I got it. Let's play. See, I ain't forget about you, DKB. I ain't forget. At least now that I double checked. Now you know I wouldn't forget about you. Now you know me. Nah, just but yeah. Let's see how this look. Hopefully it's not too compromised. Obviously it's gonna be a bigger map. The Warzone is I think it runs on lesser tech. No, they updated it to the newest engine too, didn't they? I think they did. Let's see. We will see. What you trying to see? Resurgence? You trying to see Battle Royale? If you still in here. If not, I'm gonna just pick this Resurgence casual. Let's see. Where are my settings in here again? Full screen borderless. How does that make sense? Full screen exclusive. Let's we targeting 60, we at the 1200. We got the preloading shaders. I think it's still doing that. Why is my anti-lag not on? VSync off. High dynamic range is automatic. Calibration. Wait, I didn't do that? That's barely visible. Let's hit apply. Hit apply. Enable jump scares. No. Quality, custom. We got FSR3 on. Frame gen is off. Texture resolution normal. Depth of field off. Detail quality normal. Got bullet impacts on. Shader quality is medium. Optimized for texture streaming. Shadow quality is low. Static reflections are high though. Tessellation is near. Okay. Okay. Sound like a blast. Alright, I'm gonna just do casual. Since you ain't said nothing. Let's do casual. Let's find a match. I hope this performance don't tank. Let's see.
Check your gear and weapon.
Alright,
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the sky.
it's not letting me move my it's the second time that didn't happen. On this game specifically.
All stations, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized.
Oh my god, I gotta switch that texture. It can't be optimized because this looks garbage. That texture streaming is a must.
Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets and bring them back fast.
Are you kidding me right now, dude? I can't move. Controller.
Requesting buyback. Ready to
Yeah,
redeploy.
it's not gonna let me do it until I leave the match.
Your squad mate back on station.
What a blast. Controller. I guess it switched to a mouse for some reason. I have no clue. Might be something to do with the FPS mode and how I had it set up. That it just switched to it. To the point where you can't use controllers. You have to use the FPS mode on here. So probably another suggestion would be to just check your controller setting before you jump into a game on this mug, because it could be saying that you got a mouse input for your aiming. And then let's make sure we. Somebody. Crispy gamer? No, grumpy gamer.
Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment.
There we go. Yeah, 56. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's go back to that texture, because that texture stream
Enemy
is
dropping into the AO.
it's terrible. What?
Playtime's over. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
Where is the texture? Somewhere.
Resurgence. Survive to redeploy full teammates. Kill to bring them back down.
Oh man. Yeah, this texture still ain't coming in right.
I'm got
Get
that.
ready. You're redeploying.
Where's my team? There's gotta be the way to make this better.
Napalm strike standing by.
Reloading. Your squad mate went AWOL. Resurgence timer reduced. Enemy soldier incoming.
We're sitting at 53, but to get to 60, we probably should.
Target down. Marking the rest of them.
We should probably change some settings, but this texture filtering is, I don't understand it.
LCR awaiting target in
Is Is that the reason why everything looks so terrible? We gotta fix that. Something gotta get fixed. Hey, buddy. Who's shooting at me? These can't be real people. Right now we're sitting at 51, which to me it's not playable, but especially on a shooter, but it doesn't feel terrible. Just got to figure out how to get these textures to pop in more quickly, because this is by far the ugliest thing I've seen so far, the setting on the textures. And then we also got to figure out how to keep it at a 60 FPS. So let's look at some settings real quick. Shader quality. That's not shader quality. That's not texture resolution either. It says this setting can be changed only from the menu. Okay. Maybe that's something we gotta change then. Who are these people? I don't even think they're trying. Straight up bot lobby. What up, Thomas? No, this ain't Bazite. This is still Windows. Is this a thing like where I just gotta play the game in order for the textures to start to populate? What is going on? Alright, some of the worst Call of Duty players I've played with. These bots? Yeah, these are bots. What the heck are you doing, buddy? So, in order for us to get the textures better, what do we have to do? Because this is unacceptable. Is it because of the actual, I wonder if it's because of the actual, like,
Enemy dropping into the AO. You have reinforcements inbound.
What up, Rose? Yeah, I can stream on the Legion Go too, but the point, I guess the point ain't for me to stream from it. The point is for me to like showcase what it looks like on that handheld mode. So I'm not necessarily going to be using it for a streaming device, but you can stream from it, of course. It's a PC.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the sky.
Okay, maybe I had to just redeploy. I don't know. You're not gonna move. That's not your bot. Where's our guy? Oh, he's in here.
Squad's in the safe zone. Gas is coming in. Inserting additional armor. What's your fire? Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal.
Oh shoot.
Enemy soldiers mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
Oh, you kidding me right now, buddy?
No more second chances. Reloading. Quite great to restock. Time to load up now. Only 4 left. 5 squads still operational in the AO.
Ugh.
Get to the safe zone. Gas inbound. You're in the top 3. Don't let up now.
Top 3. Stop it.
Contact! Hey, move! Only 2 left. Changing back. 3 squads left in the war zone. Stay alert.
Oh dang, wiped him.
Taking effective fire. Head to the safe zone. You've got gas moving in. Enemy UAV overhead. Taking fire. Not die here. Contract failed. Objective lost.
Alright, let's try these settings again. What can I change? Yeah, I guess it gotta be this 'Cause that ain't gonna.
Only 5 remain. We're close. The enemy took that one, but we'll get them
Depth of
back.
field is on. Detail quality normal. Yeah, that's particle effects. Shader quality, that's it's just on-demand textures, and I got it on. Download limits is not on. This is set the size of the texture download cache. The larger, the more it can be stored, but the more space it will take up on your hard drive. I gotta look up how this texture stuff works. Call of Duty Warzone. Texture. Is there even a way to, like, if I go to weapons, can I go to the firing range to try it? But they load up here. I have no clue on how to, like, get it to where I want it to be without having to go into the mode again. Graphics. So we have full screen. No, I'm not gonna restart that. Gamma's fine. Why do they keep turning this off? Efficiency, eco mode. Enable power saving features that help decrease your device's energy consumption. That's not. Efficiency, optimize set the settings to reduce the energy consumption, heating, and potential wear and tear on your device. No. It says this has no impact on performance and visual quality while in gameplay. The hell it don't. Off, VSync menus, 100%. Yeah, I guess. Custom frame rate. I don't need a settings. Unlimited is fine. Reduce menu render resolutions. You're probably gonna hear my kids. I'm trying to figure out why the oh. Dynamic resolution should be on for sure. Frame gen is off. Let's go back to normal. Shader quality is medium, which is fine. I don't really need anything to be high. Most of this stuff can be low, but it's just that it's, I don't know why it's not. Detail quality can be at a normal still. The texture quality is at that should still be at high. But everything else should be at low. It's normal. Shadow quality low. All this stuff can be low. Static reflections could be low. Tessellation could be near. This could be low. Like mostly low settings with the textures being the highest. I feel like that'll get us to 60. But like where are we at now? Yeah, we have 63. Okay. Maybe we turn up the anisotropic filter to high again. Oops. High. Just so we can get those. Yeah. Those lines are still there. And it's tanking performance, so let's do that. Let's go back to normal. Still at 5460. Alright, let's try it in the game again. Maybe it's got to be where we change the resolution. But we already at FSR. So really we would just be changing. Yeah, the aspect ratio is automatic, so it's obviously 16:10 though. Is that not in this setting? Is it not on? We're at FSR3. We're at balanced. What does performance look like? Probably terrible. Not bad. Really, do we need it to be that low? Just to get a decent performance out this stupid game? Alright, let's try these settings in the let's leave. Let's try it in Warzone again. Play. Find a match. Let's go about it that way.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Buck up. You're headed to the war zone.
Okay, there's my textures.
Reloading.
You can down people in this mode.
Enemies dropping into the AR.
That's so stupid. Maybe because it's my first time playing it, it was still loading textures.
Time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
there no weapons in here, though?
Enemy destroyed. Changing mag. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them. Enemy dropping into the AO.
The heck is this?
Identity confirmed.
What? Y'all know what that is? I do not know how to drive a helicopter.
Soldier squad is
Nope.
outside the safe zone.
Where is he fighting at? So I think the texture thing was just me first starting it up, which is good. But, what? How do I suck that much?
Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Hold it. Low on ammo. Taking the rest of them.
Oh, I don't want that one. Ain't got no bullets. Oh.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
Do I suck that much? What the heck is happening?
Last mag. Enemy destroyed. Use your tac
Yeah,
map to
this
hunt
is-
down the rest of them.
Why they keep putting us? Is nobody playing this game
Enemies
anymore?
are dropping into the area. Watch your skies.
Or is it because I'm like, they trying to get me familiar with the game?
Hold it. Move your arm. 5 ETIA. Target down. Marking the rest of them.
Yeah, I don't have no ammo. Same thing with this one. I got some ammo on this one at least. Ugh. Yeah. We're gonna have to up that to at least balanced. I'm about to get shot. I already know. That's okay. We need to fix this.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Is there a lag?
Get hunting. Be advised, you still have squad mates outside the safe zone. Kill confirmed. Located the rest of them.
Why is this happening? Why is that fizz happening?
Enemy dropping into the AO. Holding. Certain armor. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tag map. Get hunting. Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done. Point mark. You're in the top 10. Knocking them down. Enemy destroyed. Use your tag map to hunt down the rest of them. We've got 10 squads active in the field. Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced. All remaining operators in that
Ain't no
squad.
way.
Hunt them down.
There's a dude behind him.
Changing mag.
Damn.
Target down.
That's
Marking the rest of
embarrassing.
them. Get ready. Circle window is about to close. Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Reloading. Squad to the safe zone. Leave no one behind. Target down. Marking the rest of them. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the sky. Fire sale's over. Adjusting pricing.
They really want me to believe I'm good at this game. I don't know what's the point, what's the purpose. But I know I'm not.
Enemy dropping into the area. Resurgence has been deactivated. This is the end game.
Enemy grenade.
Your squad mate back on station. Good work. Reloading.
Come on, bro.
Target squad is outside the safe zone.
The bots is crazy.
Watch it, shithead. Four remaining. Five squads still operating in the AO.
this?
Get an LVPR on my supply crates have been restocked. Load up. You're in the top 3. Don't let up now.
Where's my guy?
All squad mates are in the safe zone. You're losing ground. Moving. You're in the last 2. Now finish this. 3 squads left in the war zone. Stay alert. The enemy never stood a chance. Nicely done.
We can definitely get better performance out of this. I think we can push up the filtering, and then we can probably. This was a long optimization because I literally didn't play it before. Let me get up out of here. No, leave match. Okay, I think now we can go into here and kind of make our final optimizations and be done with it. We're going to keep it at balanced. We're going to keep texture resolution high. We're going to actually turn this to high as well. Depth of field is off. Detail quality we're going to keep at normal. We're going to keep everything else at low. Shader quality low. On-demand texture filter streaming, that's good. I kept that at high. And that's 64 gigs allocated. Available texture cache size. Allocated texture cache size. So that's a pretty large amount, but maybe keeping it at 36, however much you want to do there. We'll keep that, the quality of the texture streaming good. Shadow quality, we're gonna go with low. Screen space low. Screen space lighting still gonna be low. Screen space reflections, I would love to turn that on, but I think it's gonna tank performance. And then static reflections we're gonna keep low. Everything else is pretty much low, so it's not like anything is changing all that much. And we also just have it at balanced. But when we go into the weapon range, I think the idea here is to be able to lock 60 here. But we can't really do much about the particle effects, and when you see those lines, like I can't do nothing about the power lines when you're actually looking at effects beyond it, because it look like it's trying to solve for something that it just ain't gonna be able to. So in most people cases, I feel like these are the most optimal settings for Warzone and being able to kind of have a good experience on the go. You can always just boost the performance to get to a higher setting, or basically to make up for the shortfall. Or you can just drop it to 800p and run it natively and see how that looks. To me, let's just try that real quick, just so we make sure we cover all bases. So we drop it to 800p. Where are we sitting at now? 86. And we go into settings and we turn off. We turn this back to native. Let's go to native on that. see where our performance is. Oh, it's back to where we was just at. So, I guess we would have to do it at least quality in order for us to see some performance gains. But again, that's like subpar where we was just at. We're at 66 now, so we have plenty of headroom. So there's obviously ways to get to a higher refresh rate. And maybe we can then just add in some of those settings that we like. Like for me, screen space and all that stuff should be on, or at least normal. And then we should have some shadow quality at normal. And I think that'll be a good base. Yeah, we could turn volumetrics on low, that's fine. Yeah. That'll be a good base. A visual plus performance impact. To me, Call of Duty doesn't need to be super. It doesn't need to be super clear, but it does need to be responsive. So this probably would be a time where I tell you I drop it down to 800p, because that 1200p resolution is just gonna tank it all. But I don't know. I feel like the overall, you're trying to get better visuals farther away, not close to you. So to me, the extra pixels in the further areas away kind of helps you with your gameplay versus not. So I don't know. I play one more. This was not meant to be this long, but I ain't gonna play the full game. This is Warzone. Yeah. Yeah, I try to do these settings before I get on stream because it takes me a while to figure out what I like. And that's what y'all just watched me do for an hour. Is figure out what I like, what I don't like, and kind of trying to get to a spot where I feel like the visuals match what we're trying to present or what I'm trying to have present. That takes a while sometimes, especially when you're not really familiar with the entirety of the game and everything that could come your way. That was me.
Located the rest of them. Last mag! Enemy soldier incoming.
Where's my team at? Did I leave them?
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tag map. Get hunted. Hold it! All bounty targets destroyed. Hell of a job. Inserting armor. Enemy destroyed. Use your tag map to hunt down the rest of them. Your squad's in the safe zone. Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Down to 10. Win this thing. Contact! Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tag map. Get hunted.
There's one up here, right?
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Clearing other targets during contract timeline.
Yeah, 800p is fine.
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the
I'm
rest.
not saying it's gonna be easy once you get to fight actual humans, because this is 100% bots. But at least I don't feel like I'm losing anything on like my ability to be fast, be quick, and stuff like that. So visually close up, I'm okay with it. But I mean, the goal would be to get to like
Fire sale is active. Buy station prices
maybe
are adjusted.
even 1050.
Changing mag.
Like ideally, we'd be at maybe 1,000.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count.
And now we're at 51.
Dropping into the AO. Last remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Target down. Marking the rest of them.
What is up with you?
Contact. Your squad, mate.
Yeah, you're not gonna move at all. Whew.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting.
Well, do me a favor and don't. But yeah, I would say that the optimal thing for me is to probably try to. You're not even trying, but
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt them back.
see, look at this. What the heck? Overall, it's fine enough. It's playable, so I'm gonna leave it at that. If I tweak it some more, I update it in the video. But this has been this has gone on long enough. Long enough. All right, what's the next game? Let's look at um Odyssey real quick. You're gonna definitely hear my kids. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Luckily for this one, I actually did the optimization before, so we shouldn't have that much of too much of a hard time here. So we go to options, display. You got it on full screen mode, 16 by 10, 1200 native. We have the resolution modifier just at 100%. That is their kind of their FSR solution or upscaling solution. 144 native, field of view 100%. FPS limit is off, HDR is on. Here's my HDR settings, and it's actually too much. So I'm not sure what happened there. It's that paper white too. What the heck? It says it's got FreeSync 2 HDR. I have no clue what that means. Maybe that's what's caused the... Yeah, that's supposed to be... Maybe that's what caused it. Maybe that's turned off for some reason. I do have it at adaptive quality at 45 FPS. We have shadows medium, environmental details medium, texture quality details high, terrain high, clutter medium, fog low, water medium, screen space reflections are medium, volumetric clouds are medium, texture details, character medium, ambient occlusion is medium, depth of field is low. Now these are all in an effort to get to PlayStation, Xbox Series X quality presentation on the go, and I feel like we did accomplish that pretty well. So show y'all what that looks like here really quickly. All right, that sun is pretty bright on your screen, but it's not on mine. So we're sitting at around 40 FPS. Again, we have the adaptive quality on. If you get into close-up visuals, you can see that we have some pretty decent shadows going on. We got some pretty good terrain here. Try to get up close to her details on her armor, her clothing. Pretty good overall. So for me, this is 100% playable. It's going to give you a great time, but it's also going to have that visual quality that we look for when it comes to gaming. And I feel like this is a great like middle ground. Again, around that 40, 45, when we get closer to individuals, you might see a little bit of a difference, but you ain't gonna feel it unless you're checking for it. Honestly, this will be a great way to play this game at this quality level. And kind of, like I said, these bigger cities, you're probably gonna see a difference, but maybe feel a difference. I wouldn't say feel it. You probably wouldn't. You wouldn't notice unless you were actually watching the frame monitor. But these are the settings that I chose to go with, because I wanted like I said, a visual presentation of what you would get on the PlayStation or an Xbox Series X. But I also wanted to provide the like some performance gains that would allow you to feel comfortable with the combat in this game. In order for you to get to a locked 60, you would just have to lower the resolution. That's it. So just lower your resolution. You can definitely still get to a 45 locked as well if you wanted to. And that to get to that, we go here. Am I hitting the wrong button? Oh, there we go. Main menu. You can change that resolution because you're in full screen mode. You can go that down to 1050. And now you're sitting at around 50 frames per second. And it still looks really good. So, again, you'll probably be around 41, 40 in towns, but you'll still have that that really you're looking to make sure that milliseconds feels good as you're playing it, the responsiveness of it all versus anything else. So drop that settings, you'll be fine. For me, I can keep it at the native resolution and play comfortably and not really be bothered by it. But to each their own. If you need it to be lower, put it lower. But I like the screen. I like the presentation of what it looks like at the full fat native resolution with adaptive quality or adaptive frame rate, or well, adaptive resolution. That's what it's supposed to be doing. So to me, that is the most optimized you're going to be, and it's going to provide you that experience, those visual looks that you will want to see in these older titles. Oh wow. Okay. Let's see. Let me make sure what that looks like for you. Show you guys what it looks like at 800p. And then we can move on. Oops. Yeah, you're definitely going to be able to get well past what you're looking for. And this is more so because of the adaptive quality, but you can obviously see that we're well above our mark, and we could probably turn off of that adaptive quality setting to make sure we stay where we are. But again, it's not really for me. If you want to, you can stay at the high 800p, have a great time. Probably sitting at around, it's fluctuating a lot, which is surprising, which tells me that yeah, I can definitely crank the resolution and be okay. But this is where you'll be at the 800p with no adaptive. And as you saw earlier, lowering it even to the other resolution of simply the 1050 had a better experience, but I'm going to keep it at the full fat native, and I'm going to turn back on adaptive quality for the 45 mark, and we're going to call it a day. Those are my optimized settings, but again, you guys can change it to whatever you prefer as to what you think this should run at in these towns and settings in these areas. You're not going to be always in towns, but I get it if you don't want it to feel like that 30 at all. You want it to be higher than that. But because the VRR screen, it's really good to kind of take advantage of the resolution where you can, because the VRR is going to handle all of the pacing or the tearing or something you would normally see if you're fluctuating so much within the rate. But all you're going to be left with is the milliseconds and how it feels while playing it. And if it's too much of a fluctuation for you, I understand changing it. But for me, this is perfectly fine. This is perfectly playable. Turning off the overlay will give you a little bit of that performance back. But that's what I thought was optimal. I think if you went in here, kind of felt the difference, felt like it was a little too too much latency or whatever, you can definitely change it to get a different experience. I wouldn't say better, but you can say different perspective. It's all about perspective. So those are the settings for Odyssey. Runs well. And I think I showed you guys shadows. I'm almost certain I did. I don't think I put it on the channel yet. So let's do shadows right after this one. Let's go into our shadows. Let's go to quit to desktop. And we had ended with shadows for the day. I had one more though. I don't remember. It was in full screen mode, so why was it at 1200? That don't make sense. I might have to go back and check that, but I'm pretty sure I was sitting at the 1200. Oh. Let's go to my library. Let's look at shadows. I think I showed y'all, but I don't remember. I don't remember. Now I don't remember what I did anymore. I thought I showed you. I think you can also go into the other worlds through within this, right? Because if you have Odyssey installed, I think you can go through this menu and get back to Odyssey without having to go through the rest of it, right? The Animus menu. I think that's how it works. Yeah. If I was to go to Odyssey, and I was to hit access. I think you can do it like that, yeah. Odyssey definitely looks like a generational leap. But let's go ahead and talk through some of the settings. If I go to options, image calibration, I already did that, but y'all can see my settings. It's at 500, exposure at -0.5. Then we have display at borderless window because you can't do full screen. Aspect ratio of 16:10. VSync is off. Resolution is 16:1000 and not 800. We also have cutscenes at 30 FPS. Upscaler quality, we are sitting at balance. Frame generation is off. Strengthening or sharpen strength is at 8%. Motion blur is on still. We have diffuse highlight only for ray trace global illumination. We have overall preset is a custom with low, medium for the screen space, low for light source, medium for shadow, low for texture. Post effects are low. Water quality is low. Particle quality is low. Loading distance is medium. Drawing distance is medium. Micro polygons is low. Terrain quality is medium. Deformation is low. Scatter quality is density is low. Virtual textures are low. Character quality is low. Hair strands off. Cloud quality is low. Fog quality low. And for this one, you could definitely attempt frame gen to make it feel smoother. But for me, having a solid 30 FPS with the motion blur and this type of clarity, I'm okay with. And trust me, you get used to handheld 30 far quicker than you could 30 on the TV or a bigger screen. So for me, this is extremely acceptable. They have a very tight 30 FPS lock, even in crowded areas with NPCs. So you can actually potentially throw a little frame gen on, but sometimes you'll lose the performance that you need, that overhead, to make sure it stays smooth. So you are going to play around with a little bit of frame gen at these settings. My recommendation would be to go to custom, boost it a little bit, and then go in and turn on frame gen, because you're going to lose a few frames when you turn on that frame gen, and you want it to still feel like a solid 30 before you throw frame gen on. So you see me now, we're sitting at around 40 frames, and that's cool. That's a good place to be, regardless, because I can play for an hour. If I want to play for an hour, I'm getting the same visuals I was just getting at that 30, but now I'm getting that close to that 40. So I'm getting that millisecond difference, or like that latency difference. That's really going to make it feel good. But I also want to make sure I'm sticking with some level of quality that you'll see on the PlayStation or the Xbox. So I always try to seek that out. You can do that, and then if you want to, on top of that, throw on a little frame gen. And with that frame gen, it's going to take you up to that, all the way up to 60 technically, and it's still going to feel good. It's going to give you a little bit less milliseconds, but again, for me, this is fine, but I don't like what it does to people's when stuff is over their bodies. It like makes everything a little bit more jittery. I don't like frame gen, but some people might. So that would be my recommendation. Turn it up to 25 TDP and then turn on frame gen. Because if you turn it on at 30, at that 20 TDP, you're going to drop below 30, and then you're going to start feeling those dips. So you want to make sure you give enough headroom for your system to stay above 30 almost 100% of the time, so it doesn't feel it when it does fall out of the VSync, or the VRR window. So these right here are good settings to me. This is a very optimized game. They did a thing when they made it, so I recommend this game, especially for handhelds, especially if you experienced a lot of it on these other things. What I don't want with my settings is that you have to compromise on look and feel of a game. So to me, this is still a high quality presentation for what you're actually playing it on. So I say that this is more than good looking to kind of play through the finally beat the game for me. So that's what I'll be doing with it, and I recommend you guys kind of use the same settings, but to each their own. However you want to, map it out, do you. But these are my optimized settings for this game, and this is what I'll be using. For me, though, I will be turning frame gen off, and if I do want a little bit more of a smoother gameplay, I would say, or less latency within my within the game, I can boost up that clock or that TDP and have a better experience. But these are, to me, the best settings that you can kind of hope for when it comes to this. And again, turning frame gen off allows me to kind of stick to that 38-40 range for latency, but also takes away all that jittering that I don't like, especially when I'm seeing stuff over people's heads, or like the assassinate or something. It's no longer jittering as you kind of move around on the camera. It's not one of those situations. So it's not like super terrible. Obviously, you can turn the frame gen on if you want, but these are my optimized settings. This performance level is at 25 right now. Dropping it back down to what I usually optimize for, which is performance, it'll drop you back down to like 31, 33, 34, depending on where you're at. So this is a city. I wanted to show you guys the city so you guys can see, like, stress testing it wise, what you'll kind of see most of the time. And for most part, you're going to be at 30, above 30. But you know, can't test for every part of the world. But I can go into like heavy NPC areas, running around, trying to see if I can get it to load stuff quickly and break something. So that's what I'm kind of doing here to try to get you guys the visual that of what that performance would look like for you. But yeah, this is a really good experience, I would say. Feels good to play. It has good quality. And yeah, that would be my optimized settings for shadows for sure. Let me see if I can go to a different area real quick. Let's go to the world map. Where am I? Let's go to a big city. Oh, this might really change it. This might really change it. Let's see. It's an Uber city. You might have to always keep that performance, or sorry, the custom 25 TDP on. Oh, it's snowing now? When the season change? Look, we at 25. Come on now. Let's pick it back up. Can we get to a 30? Or are we gonna be stuck at 24? Come on now. You got this. Uh-oh. She got loading too much. Yeah. It might be one of those 25 TDP games. If we can't keep it locked here. I mean, it obviously could be loading in stuff, but at the same time, do we really care about that? Like, we want that to be locked. So, I know it'll be locked here at 25, but so these bigger cities might be a little too taxing for these settings. Is Buddy on me? Hit a move, Buddy. Yeah. This might be a 25 one. Cleaning up that with, I don't know. I just don't trust that frame gen is not gonna, you're not gonna feel the pacing. Like if you were to say, well, what about if we switch it to 25p and then we turn on a little frame gen? It's like, I don't think that that's really gonna, because you're still looking at we're still talking about the baseline. The baseline needs to be at a lock 30, or at least, at the very least, in order for it not to feel crazy. Like if you're trying to use that to get back into the VRR window, yeah, you're already lost. I want to see how it feels as I run around. Yeah, look at her shadow. Yeah, I couldn't look at that the whole time. Yeah. My thought would not be to do that, so I would just leave it off. Only other compromise that you can do is to turn down the frame rate. I mean the resolution to 800p. To me, that just looks too blurry though. Yeah. We are no longer at a presentation that I find acceptable. So having that trade-off there in these bigger cities is going to be a tough pill to swallow, but you could just get around it by giving the system more juice. So that'll be my optimized settings, and maybe with more optimizations down the line, they'll be able to get it to even greater optimizations on the chip and everything, so that this 30 can even feel better. You said, can you show how to update to the new BIOS? Isn't that just in the Legion Go space? Am I tripping on that? Isn't that just doesn't that automatically go into the BIOS, like the or maybe I'm tripping. Maybe you gotta actually download something. I could have sworn that goes into the Legion's that goes into Legion space. Well then, if yours is just showing the old BIOS, that would be just a manual download. I mean, from Legion's site, and then just installing and running the program, the executable. So that's what I would do if you were trying to get to the updated version. Go find the Legico 2, download the new BIOS, and then just run it on the PC. Unless I'm missing something. I wonder if I'm downloading resource packages. Oh, I didn't even know I had a update. Let me close this out. What is it downloading? Your device will need to restart to complete the update. Okay. So when you go into your AMD software, and you go to your settings, what are you seeing then? Like right now? Like, are you just going into the BIOS, or are you also... Bro, can you not be annoying? Okay, when you go into your settings here, and you go to your display... No, is it display? No, it's not display. System. No, it's not system. It's preferences? Can't be preferences. That don't make sense. Audio and video. No. What is it? It's under settings though. How do I get to it again? Your VRR. I don't freaking know. I thought it was here. Maybe I'm tripping. Performance? Tuning? Yeah, when you go to your dedicated graphics here, what do you see? Like, what are your options? Yours is only showing 8 and 12. Hmm. I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't download the BIOS to get that to work. I didn't do anything there. All I did was reinstall the display drivers and like everything that way. I didn't do anything for the BIOS. So my thought is that I didn't do nothing special, Akmal. All I did was set my stuff before I jumped onto the system, updated everything. Like I literally did a video on what I did that day, because that's literally what I did. Where I updated I updated my VRAM immediately before I even started doing anything. I dedicated more VRAM to it, and then I did all the updates. After I did all the updates, I reinstalled the display drivers from Lenovo. Oh, it's on that video. You can go check that video. I just You can go check that video. But all I did was download the Lenovo drivers, downloaded DDU, which is the display driver uninstaller, uninstalled the drivers, and then reinstalled the drivers. That was it. So that was it. Nothing special. But I did on that video, and I didn't do much edits. So you can follow along if you want to. All right, what should I do next? Um, oh, no problem. I appreciate you joining the stream. All right, let's see what we can do next, though. I need to download some other ones. I don't think I showed off Gears Reloaded. The Gears of War. This one, I really wanted to jump back into this one, but the grayscaling. I was like, bro, they ain't got no saturation slider up in this mug. I was like, I didn't like the saturation. I was like, yeah, everything's gray. I like Gears of War, but I'd rather play Gears 5 and Gears 4 again. But I'm gonna play this one at some point. But it's just the grays. I was like, man, I remember it being like that, but now, like, it does nothing for the image. It does nothing for the screen. It just looks gray. I wonder what the settings are in here. I think I did them. I gotta show y'all the settings. Why can't I find my microphone? Hold on, let me get these fingerprints off. I hate fingerprints. Alright. Let's go to the display. 12.5 is available. Obviously, y'all saw my VRAM. I should push it up to 16, but I don't think I need to. I think 12 is fine. Screen resolution is 1920 by 1200. Full screen is on. VSync is off. HDR is on, and I can show y'all those settings. Brightness, calibration. Oh, I did put the FPS on in here, so I can turn that off and turn back on this one so y'all can see what the performance is. Brightness and calibration. We got, it was definitely at 50. Contrast at 70. HDR brightness at 900. And let's go back to advanced settings. none of this stuff. Idle energy savings, that's on. Inactive window energy savings on. Display adapters. Oh. I didn't change anything. Oops. Alright. So we got FSR3, quality, ultra, 8x on the anisotropic. We have shadow quality at ultra, ambient inclusion at quality, motion blur on, visual quality is at high, screen space is at high, flash reduction is off.
Looks like we need to split up.
We're gonna take the right path.
Phoenix, you and Carmine will go right. Dom and I will go left. Yes, sir.
Did I hurt Carmine?
There's another nest around the corner. With a spotter on the right.
Take him out first.
You can't shoot through that wall? Oh, snaps. Gotta decline you. God, dog it.
There's another nest around the corner. With a spotter on the right.
Take him out first.
We've got locusts coming through. Let's move.
Someone get on that troika.
Hold on. Let me text my pops because he gonna keep calling me until I say, give me 20 minutes. I need 20, player. I just need 20, pops. Let me see. There you go. Call in 20 minutes. I will call you in 20 minutes. There we go. All right. What am am I getting shot by now? Oh my goodness. Get up, Don.
Get up! Got one.
Let me get on that thing. You know, it wouldn't be so difficult if everybody wasn't gray.
Good job, men. Now let's go find that resonator. Move out. Focus reinforcements!
I'm gonna start slicing food.
Control, this is Delta Squad. Any word from Alpha?
Negative, Delta. We still have radio silence. Over.
Roger that. Dom, Phoenix, you'll look for a way in. Carmine and I will stay back and suppress. What about Alpha? We'll save him if we can. Let's go.
And this is why variable VRR is so freaking important. Because at this point, I don't have the care that is not at lock 60. And I get it. Y'all might, others might want it, but why should I care? It's Gears. And even if I'm in a competitive state, I can, you know, adjust the resolution down to get there. But I'm still going to have a comfortable experience regardless. So, in my eyes, I'd rather save the time trying to min-max at this point on this old game. And I would try to focus on maybe the multiplayer if I'm going to be playing that. But I'm not. So, it's like, it really depends on what you're actually solving for. Do I have any grenades? No. But man, he be coming. That boy slice back to you. It's so annoying. It slice right back to you like super quick. Alright. Man, I thought I had that one. Yeah, but that's pretty much what I wanted to show off today. This is optimized to me for whatever reason. If you don't like it, you can switch your resolution. You can get to 60, but it's years. You've played it enough. You're not gonna feel the difference between that 40 and that 60 in milliseconds. You're just not. You're not that good. But if you feel like you need it, of course, just always lower the resolution and you'll be there. But for me, I'd rather just stick with the max. I'm fine with that. Where my stuff was, let it fluctuate. Let the screen do what it's supposed to do, and make sure that I'm still having an enjoyable experience regardless of where that frame rate is, as long as it's within that window. I think anything optimizing the 40 is the goal for these handhelds, and then anything after that is just a plus, because once you get to that millisecond of 40, you don't really start to feel a significant difference from 40 to 60. And that's where you start to see that the goal here isn't for all shooters and everything to be at the lock 60. The goal is for the competitive ones to reach that and go higher. For these ones, this is just this is more of a cover shooter. It's not necessary. If it's gonna fluctuate, it's gonna fluctuate. You ain't trying to solve for all that. It's time to just accept the technology that we put in place in order for this stuff to be resolved on its own. So I accept it and I appreciate it, and that's why this is optimized to me. Overall, though, don't forget to like the stream, subscribe if you want to see a bunch of these videos, because I'm gonna come back tomorrow with 4 different other games that I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna try to also do a tip video within the next week, so you guys have my top 5 tips, things like that. I want to also start to get into some of the accessories, especially the Legion accessories, the ones that kind of take the controllers and kind of create an actual controller, so you don't have to necessarily have another controller on you. It might solve a lot of my connectivity issues that I'm having here as well. But again, the idea was to provide footage of what this looks like in handheld mode, so I wanted to do that. But also now it's time to kind of give you guys all those helpful tips that I have accumulated over the week of owning it, and kind of providing you that as well. So it's only been a week. A lot of content already been put up. A lot more content to come. So I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching, tuning in. I just appreciate that. But again, don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in this content. Like it, like the stream, of course. And I'll see you boys in that next one. Be safe, though. Peace.